So let's take a look at Mindframe, and this is a horse that's certainly garnered quite a bit of attention following his pretty impressive optional claimer win on Derby Day. He's owned by St. Elias Stable and Rapoli Stable, that partnership. So that means Mike Rapoli will be prominent with this one. Todd Pletcher, Rod Ortiz, pretty good connections. Constitution and Walk of Stars is the mare. And you see he's only had 2 starts, and the last being an optional claimer at 1 1/16. So we take a look at the pedigree, and we know Constitution is a good 2-turn sire, so that I don't think that's going to be a problem. Walk of Stars won the Pink Ribbon, and I'm not really sure where that stakes race is, but she is a black-type mare, and by street sense, so this is pedigree that says 2 turns to me, so I don't think we have much to worry about. You see the dosage index is a little high at 4.33, but again, I'm not really going to give that a whole lot of concern. You see the conduit mare profile is a little skewed towards speed. I mean, there's something to think about a little bit, but you do get, with Constitution on top on the Tappet line, I think I'm not really worried about 1 1/4 with this one. I think he can probably get it. We look at Constitutions. There are quite a few above this, but they're all Japanese or foreign. So I want to get to the meat of the Americans, and you see Tis the Law being the leading American who won the Belmont at 1 1/8, around 1 turn during the COVID year. And you see American Revolution, Web Slinger, Catching Freedom, who we saw on the Derby Trail this year, and Independence Hall. So there's some good 2-turn horses in here. So that's just to refresh our memory a little bit, and a lot of really good runners. We look at Walk of Stars. Hollywood Walk was stakes placed, had 3/3, one at each year, 3, 4, and 5 years old, all in minor stakes races. So I would have to say that Mindframe is probably the star of this group. I don't know how much we can tell from the get here. So we move on to the Equibase, and obviously there's only 2 starts here, so there's not much to go on. You see a 108 out of a 7-furlong maiden race. Obviously is pretty eye-popping for a debut. But we're going to take a look at the allowance optional claimer from Churchill Downs, because that was run at 1 1/16, and obviously we want to get a feel for Mindframe at 2 turns. So let's take a look at that race. This is the optional claimer race on Derby Day that Mindframe ran in, and he is in post 11. And as you can see, he was a pretty heavy favorite that day, and there were some scratches. 5, 6, and 7 were out. So this actually turned into a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 horse race. So let's see what happened.
Waiting for Mena and Mindframe. Also back there, Anthem King, who's gone in.
Frisky.
So waiting for Mindframe. They're in the gate. And they're off.
Good brisk break.
And Mindframe
right out of the
from
gate.
The outside post is
no hesitation,
racing
right to the
lead,
front.
and Mindframe clears the field and finds the rail by the time they hit the first turn. So Mindframe steps out to lead by 2.
And Higgins Boat have been a couple
and
of pretty
Mena
good
are chasing
ones.
second and third.
Elephant's
Mindframe
Ear.
the leader on the first turn, and now Higgins Boat is a clear second. Mena's comes out
second
in
tier
third.
3-year-olds,
Punishment toward the inside is racing in fourth. Elephant's Ears alongside of Cartouche. They're together about 6 lengths off the lead in 5th and 6th. A break of 2 lengths from there back to Anthem King. And at the back early is Invigorated. So down the back stretch run, Mindframe, the big favorite, is just coasting
really
along. Negotiates an opening quarter mile in a moderate 24 and 3/5 seconds. There's 4.5 furlongs to go. The opening half was 49 seconds flat. Higgins Boat's a little bit closer for the
below
final
average.
half mile,
Wouldn't say it's
but it's
slow,
still
but a little
Mindframe the
below
leader.
average.
Higgins Boat with more pressure now. Higgins Boat comes right up alongside of Mindframe as they round the far turn. Maina's 3
So for the
wide
first
on that
half,
far
he's
turn
been able
run.
to
Cornishman
coast
is right
on
there
his own
too.
without any
Elephant's
pressure,
Ears in
so
the
he
thick
should have
of
plenty
things,
in
only
the
2
tank
lengths
left.
off the lead. Farther back, Cartucho's coming under pressure, so too.
Saving all the ground on the
Invigorated.
rail.
At the back is Anthem King, and up top it's Mindframe, who goes by the quarter pole in control. Higgins Boat is set down for the drive, but Mindframe is too, and Mindframe
Got plenty
with an
left in the
instant
tank.
response,
Nobody went
kicks
to really
away
get
by
him,
4,
so
and
113,
now by 5 past the
you
final
know,
furlong marker.
pedestrian 6 furlongs going to
Mindframe.
have plenty
High
left.
gear for the final furlong.
And he did what a good horse should
Cornishman's
do.
trying to run up into second inside of Higgins Boat, but it is all Mindframe and a masterful front-running ride from Arad Ortiz Jr.
Pretty big win.
Cornishman did get second. Higgins Boat was third. Anthem King fourth.
So if we look at the pace fractions from that last race, I don't know how telling this is really going to be, because this was a horse on the front end, got on an uncontested, easy lead. Nobody really went out to get him. Nobody challenged him. So he was able to just kind of lope along and walk home pretty much. So you know this because the first fraction is pretty slow for a horse on the lead. And you see that 55 and 55 in the second and third fractions. I mean, he obviously had plenty in the tank because he wasn't facing a whole lot of pressure. So I don't know what we gather from this race. I will say the percentage energy was pretty good for the front end at 50%. But again, no real challenge. We take out we look at the projected 1.25 mile time, and obviously it's going to be pretty damn good at 2:01. But is that really a representative race that we're going to get in the Belmont? I think not. So I think Mindframe clearly has some talent, but this is a big step up. I think a pretty good step up from an optional claimer to a Grade 1 at 1.25 miles. So issues and concerns, competition, can he step up his game? And probably can. But I think it's a logical question to ask. He looks like he's got plenty of speed, so I'm not worried about that. And I put another issue as Mike Rapoli, because as we know, he's been doing it all along the Triple Crown Trail. He just is anxious to put horses into these stakes races, off of a maiden win, maybe a little earlier than they ought to be. And so we just have to wonder if maybe that Mindframe is being rushed along a little bit. Certainly looks like he has some talent, but he is not going to get that type of easy trip that he got on Derby Day. So we'll just have to see. But he is certainly an intriguing horse, given what we've seen on the Triple Crown Trail this year.